everyone. Welcome to Karen's Crazy Kitchen. I'm Karen Huvelink and I am here to share some great Pampered Chef with you. And tonight I'm making dinner, and I am making a dinner I really love. I don't often have leftover mashed potatoes, but when I made mashed potatoes the other day, I made 4 potatoes, but they were like huge. And I had leftover mashed potatoes, which is like one of my favorite foods. I always kid that if you are what you eat, I am a mashed potato. So with that, so I have some leftover mashed potatoes, and that just screams shepherd's pie to me. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my beef. I have a pound of ground beef here. I'm going to open it up. Well, let me just, one more step. I need to get my skillet hot. And I am using our 4.5 quart stainless steel saute pan. I love this thing, you guys. I love this. It's a virtually indestructible, lifetime guarantee. I like that it has the handles on each side, which is really nice. And it will hold 4.5 quarts food, which is great. So I'm going to get this hot. And I'm going to get it hot over medium-high heat. I am not going to get it real hot. You want to, a lot of times when people use stainless steel, they complain because food sticks to it. It was because you're cooking at too high of a heat. Just telling you. So I'm going to grab some olive oil. And I'm going to add it to my pan. Let me just switch this a little bit here. I'm going to add it to my pan. And I'm going to add, about a tablespoon. That dripped a little bit fast. And I'm going to wait till that glistens before I add my beef. Now what I'm going to do is take my beef, and I'm using our kitchen shears to open up our beef. And I'm just going to take that. I love these kitchen shears. If you follow me, you know that I call anything in my kitchen that is stainless steel jewelry. All right. I like this as much as I like my diamonds and my gold. And I do like my diamonds and my gold. No costume jewelry for this girl. So I have just taken my beef, and I'm going to let that get hot for just a second. And then I'm going to be using our mix and chop, which is in my dishwasher now that I think about it. You can tell I use it a lot. It's in my dish. I had to get it out of my dishwasher clean. And so what's great about this? Lucy, get down. Get down. My dog is on my dining room table. Lucy, get down now. Can't even do a demo without my dog misbehaving. She's unsupervised right now. Anyway, all right, so this is one of our most popular products. This is great for taco meat, that kind of thing. People use it to crush tomatoes or crush strawberries, which is great too. I'm going to let my pan get hot here. My oil is starting to sizzle here, and just glisten. You don't want it to sizzle. And I'm going to let it go for just another second, and then I'm going to add my meat. Now when I add my meat, I'm going to let it cook a little bit. I'm going to crumble up as I put it in the pan. I'll switch just so that you can see me do it. And then you don't want to touch it too soon. You want to get a nice sear on your meat before you start moving it around, and it won't stick. So, and I really should keep you on here while I clean it too, because they're really easy to clean. They are dishwasher safe too. So I'm going to take my beef, and I'm just going to kind of crumble it and put it in my pan. I can hear it sizzling over here. I don't know if you can hear that. All right, so there we go. All right, so I'm just going to let that cook for a few minutes. And Lucy, stop. Oh my heavens. All right. So what we're going to do here is I have some onions that I have chopped up, and I just kind of want to show you with our food chopper, you can chop 5, 10, 15, and 20 chops. And what happens is you get complete control over your chopped product. Now, I'm not picky in this recipe for what size I want, but I just want you to know with a food chopper, you do have, again, how many chops you do. And I can just take this and just chop it up a little bit more if I want, because that was, of course, this one with 5 chops. And that's just great. Now all I have to do is take this apart and throw it into my dishwasher. The butterfly's open to clean, but you just put it right in the dishwasher, and it's easy. It's done. All right, one of our most popular products. So my onion is finished here. I'm going to set this aside. I'm using our forged coloring knife here. Our forged knives are so sharp. They are really amazing. All right, I'm going to set this aside. And now I need to open up some cans. And this is our can opener. This is our smooth edge can opener. Usually this takes a little bit of training, so I have 3 cans to do, so you're going to get a lot of training here. You're going to take your can opener and put it on top of your can, and you twist clockwise, and you just it just adheres to it, and now you just kind of pretend like you know what you're doing, but you must be paying attention and be one with your can. So when you're one with your can, you feel it meet on the other side. Then you twist backwards, and it comes off. Then there's little like bird beaks here, little pliers, and this little button controls the pliers. You take this and take the top off of your can, and now it's not sharp here, nor is it sharp here. So that's my can. Now I'm going to show you how to do this again, because usually when I do a demo, they want to see it again, all right? And I even do cans that have the tab in here. So I'm going to just switch. Lucy, stop. And I'm just going to, because these cans with the tabs, they are so darn sharp. And as a kid at the beach, I think I was 5 years old, I stepped on a can top and cut the bejesus out of my foot. I remember my godfather picking me up and rushing me to the hospital. My day at the beach that year, or that time, ended up in the hospital getting stitches in my foot. So I get the heebie-jeebies whenever I have a can that is sharp, okay? And since we have a third one, you get to see me do this again. Again, adhere to the top, just set it on top, twist, and it will adhere to your can. Twist all the way around, being one with your can, and then go backwards, and there, I have my green beans. I'm going to turn this up just a little bit, and turn on my fan. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking our stainless steel mixing bowls, come in a set of 3, and they come in 2, 4, and 6 quart is the set. And what I really like about them is that they're measured in cups, and they're also measured in liters. And I used to live in Michigan. I used to kid that if you move to Canada, you're all set because you got liters. I'm going to see if I have a lid here to show you. And I'm not finding a lid. But they do come with lids, and they're great because they nest. You can set them right top of each other, which is really nice. I'm taking our stainless steel colander. This is the smallest one of the set. That also comes in a set of 3. They kind of match the mixing bowls. So I'm just going to drain my green beans into my mixing bowl and set that aside. So I have diced tomatoes. I happen to grab the can that's basil, garlic, and oregano. I don't like to use a lot of seasoning in this recipe. I usually like a lot of seasoning in my food. But for my shepherd's pie, I kind of like it a little on the plain side. All right, so I'm going to take my mix and chop here, and I'm just going to chop up my meat. Just go right into my pan, just like this. I'll come over and I'll show you. I want you to notice how nothing is sticking to it, okay? All right, so there we go. That is ready. And what am I going to talk about now? Oh, I need to preheat my oven. I'm going to preheat my oven to 350. And this is probably going to make for about a half hour. And what I'm going to do is I am going to, I just realized I want to add some beef broth. Hold on one second. Again, if you follow me, you know I'm a big fan of base. I don't like to buy a bunch of cans unless I'm making bone broth, and I make my own bone broth, different broths. But I love this beef base. It has a good deep flavor, and this way I always have chicken stock or beef stock on hand. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take a teaspoon of it, a nice hefty teaspoon, and I'm going to add it to my meat. Let me just give it a second. All right. I want this to be a little on the fine side. I see you're seeing the best side of me there, but here we go. There's our meat, almost done. It doesn't have to be, I don't get too brown. I don't want it to dry out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my tomatoes. And I'm going to add about a half a cup of water. I said cup, but I mean can. So I'm going to have a little bit of gravy going in my shepherd pie. And I'm just going to take this beef broth and put it in here and let it dissolve into my tomatoes. I let that set for a second. It's got to kind of melt off of the spoon there. Now what I also need to add is my tomato sauce. Add that. Oops, sorry. Sorry, baby. That's the other dog. All right. And then just let that come to a boil. It really is a very simple meal. And you know, I'll go ahead and add my green beans. Let that all come to a boil. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I probably should have added that already. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of flour. Oh, my onion! Oh my gosh! Oh my God! All right. See, the great thing is you don't have to be a perfect chef. You can just be a pampered chef like me, okay? And I'm going to just give this another stir. Start to come to a boil now. This looks perfect so far. I've got just enough juice in there. And I'm going to add my flour. And give it a quick stir around. So I'm going to pause this for about 2 minutes and let my onions cook. You don't need to wait for that. And then I'll come back and show you how I am going to layer my shepherd pie into a round stone baker. I love this thing too. I love everything Pampered Chef. See you in a few. Hey, I'm back and I've been cooking my meat mixture for about 2 more minutes. And what I have here is I have, it's a little hot. I'm going to grab my, oh, I need to add a little bit of salt and pepper. So I'm going to use our salt and pepper grinders, and these are electric. It's not something that's been brought into our line full time yet, but I'm hoping it's going to be added. Absolutely love those. And I'm going to give this a quick stir. Now I'm going to add this to my round baker. Just like that. Take this like this. And what I have here are my mashed potatoes. Now, I thought I was being really smart. I took my extra mashed potatoes and I put them in the freezer. And you know what? They're a little on the runny side. So, it'll just be what it'll be. Hopefully it'll bake up a little bit when I bake them. All right, so now I have my mixture, my meat mixture again. In my mixture, I have a 14 ounce can of tomatoes, a pound of ground beef, 8 ounces of tomato sauce, 2 tablespoons of flour, and a 14.5 ounce can of cut green beans. I believe that's all I put in here. Some salt and pepper. Oh, and some beef base. I'm going to grab a spatula. Or a scraper, as we like to call them in Pampered Chef. This is our mini mix-and scraper. And I'm just going to layer my potatoes on top. And try to get it pretty even. I'm going to try not to mix them in with my meat. And I've got my oven preheated to 350. Probably some cheese on this would be good too, but I don't think that that is traditional shepherd's pie. And there we go. A little bit leakage there. But here we go. This is our shepherd's pie. So thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in Karen's Crazy Kitchen in the future.